judge myself from the hand I dealt. Margin calling through the floor, can't wind the straight no more. And I asked my screen, was it worth the bleed? Chasing phantom green, wake me from this leverage I've become. Shots flicker like a lie, every bounce just pulls me dry. Signals fade to static hum, I don't know who I'm trading from. I'm trapped again in a wild trade, running from this candle storm. I can't outrun the wave. Another dead echo, looping through the stereo. Trapped again in a wild trade. Tried to warn my friends, this won't end in wins. They bought the top again, fed the sharks and called it trend. Going nowhere fast, I've lost, blown and smashed. Nothing left to average down, just ghost inside the crowd. I'm trapped again in a wild trade, running from this candle storm. I can't outrun the wave. Another dead cat echo, looping through the stereo. Trapped again in a wild trade. Pray you time the wick before the order slips. Pray you catch the turn before the circuit burns. Pray you time the wick before the order slips. Pray you catch the turn or watch the whole thing churned. I'm trapped again in a wild trade, running from this candle storm. I can't outrun the wave. Another dead cat echo, looping through the stereo. Trapped again in a wild trade. In a wild trade.
Oh, brother, oh, brother, oh, brother. We're here. We're live. We're back at it again. Folks, I'm sorry for a little bit of those technical difficulties. If I'm being completely honest with you, I redid a lot over the weekend. Yeah, you can't really see much in the background, but in terms of the lighting, my audio system, my visual system, the stream itself, and the switching and back and forth, I redid a lot, and I found out that I did mess something up with the stream connection, which is why I was awkwardly a few minutes late today. But fortunately, it was a small technical hurdle that we had to get over today. So we're back at it again. We're back at it again. We're back at it again. So hopefully things look a little bit better, sound a little bit better, connected a little bit better. Just kind of messing around, obviously trying to always bring things to the next level. So I appreciate you guys joining me today. I hope you had a great weekend. I don't know where you live, but where I live, it was absolutely freaking frigid. So if you happen to be anywhere in the northern part of this, country, this continent, good luck, man, because it is brutally cold. So if you're somewhere in beautiful SoCal, Texas, Florida, just know that I'm jealous of you because it is horribly, horribly cold in the northern half of the United States. Other than that, the Olympics are underway. Whatever country you're supporting, it better be the USA. I hope you guys are crushing it. I've been watching so much of it. And then, of course, also over the weekend, we had the Super Bowl. Obviously, the Seahawks ended up beating the Patriots. I have a lot of friends who ended up being Patriots fans, and they've been it for a while. But I have to let you know, I was rooting for the Seahawks the entire time. It had nothing to do with team loyalty. It just had to do with the fact that they were the likely winners, and I bet on the likely winners. So just where my money was, I wanted them to win. But obviously, my immediate friend group, not so stoked about that. You're not going to find too many Seahawk fans on the East Coast just because obviously they're on the West Coast. So I felt a little bit dirty rooting for them, but I'll show you my bet. Someone's asking about my bet. I'll show you that in a second. I won about $800 just straight up money line Seahawks, and honestly, I didn't question it at all because the very first drive they got the touchdown, and ever since then it was just easy, smooth sailing. So there just wasn't really much going on there. If you ask me, the whole thing was pretty boring. Like, I think this was actually one of the more boring Super Bowls ever. I suppose some of it did pick up, obviously, in the fourth quarter, but by then the story was kind of over. The first three quarters were some of the most boring football Super Bowl ever. So, hey, it is what it is. So, a little bit about that, a little bit about the Olympics, and then, of course, folks, I'm going to be kicking it over to you guys at Market Open. Actually, shout out to the Discord for reminding me. Let me just get going with a poll right now. I need you guys to vote Market at Open. I am asking you from 9:30 to 9:31, the very first minute of the day, folks. The poll is going live. All right. Halftime show. I guess I can't really fairly comment on it because I don't speak Spanish. I don't mind seeing beautiful women dancing, so that part of it was cool. The choreography of it seemed cool. But in terms of, I suppose, understanding what was being said and not said, I guess I didn't pay attention enough in my freshman and sophomore high school levels of Spanish. So there was a couple words here and there that, like, I was like, oh, that is library, biblioteca. I actually don't know if he said that, but I'm starting to realize that my Spanish, I already knew my Spanish was god awful, but it was way, way worse than I thought it was. So I just ended up watching the pretty senoritas dancing. So it is what it is. I saw that over TP USA. They had Kid Rock, and I saw they were pulling some numbers. So I was just kind of going back and forth, seeing what was going on. But if I'm going to be completely honest with you, in the halftime for both halftimes, whether it was the established one or the TP USA, that's when your boy went out and got a pizza, man. Your boy was, I didn't realize it was going to take hours and hours to order a pizza, so I ordered one before the game started. It was finally ready during halftime. I got it, and while I was there, they're like, we have extra wings. You want some of these wings? And I had some of the best wings. So if you happen to be in the New York City area and you're like, should I get pizza and wings? What was the name of the place? Carmine's, I believe, was the name of it. I don't know if we have any Manhattanites, that sounds right. I don't know if there's any fellow Manhattanites in here, but golly, that pizza, those wings from Carmine's, chef's kiss. Absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. So regardless of whatever you got up to this weekend, I hope you brave the elements. Maybe you're lucky and you're in an amazing area, whether you're watching the Olympics or the Super Bowl or maybe doing something else with your life. I hope you had some good rest, relaxation, because we have another fun-filled week of the world's largest casino opening up in about 17 minutes. So on that note, let me see if I can actually do this properly today. Did I switch it up? I did switch it up. Check this out. So if anything's ever broken and not working, this is what you guys are going to see. This is probably, I don't want to admit how many hours it took me to figure this out, but before you guys, you know how you yell at me? You're like, Matt, we're seeing a blue screen. Matt, blue screen. We don't like it. And like, that's when you guys yell at me. Well, now I figured why not have a better image for you guys to know that things are broken and not working. You're going to get old Pippa screaming. So no more blue screens from here on out. Whenever anything is broken, this is now officially the screen you're going to be seeing. So hopefully you don't see it that often, but I just wanted something to properly reflect how you guys feel when I'm messing something up. So anyway, here we are. Seattle versus New England. Obviously one of the stories of the weekend, the Super Bowl. Seattle won 29-13. And folks, dude, I had a perfect NFL playoff bracket. NFL, I know you guys aren't going to believe me. Playoff bracket. I just know you're not going to believe me. Bracket. I gotta log in and show you guys. How do we do it? I'm not saying it was good. I'm saying literal perfect. Where is it? Well, now this is going to be embarrassing if I can't find it. I thought it was via ESPN. ESPN playoff. Here we go. There we go. All right. There's my brackets. I want to show you this. Okay, first thing you guys need to know about me is I'm that guy. You're the champion. You won one group. Click the group, blah, blah, blah. First place right here. Matt's pick. How do you see my brackets? Right there. Your pick one. Folks, what you are seeing in front of you is actual perfection. Actual perfection. So very stoked about that. I did technically have two. This is the one that was perfect. This is the one that was almost perfect. I'm realizing that right here in the bottom right, these were technically off. So I had two brackets, so we'll go 50-50, but right there, 100% rank one, and I was super close. I was having the final score, 45. I think it came in at 42, right? Yeah, 29-13. So I almost not only had a perfect NFL playoff bracket here, but I almost had the perfect final score. How many total points will be scored in 2025? Oh, playoff games in total? Oh, I thought it was for the last one. I was going 45. I didn't realize that the tiebreaker was all of them. This is why you should probably read the rules more often. I literally thought it was for this one because that's how March Madness does it. But anyway, this is what it's like to run things based on math and know nothing about the actual NFL. I felt like if I knew something about the NFL, I would have messed this up completely. But instead, I just took the odds and just played reasonable odds and used a little bit of AI. So there we go. So not only fun to have the perfect bracket, obviously, what did I make? $789 off this bet. So that's a little bit fun, but I am expecting you guys to vote and make me even more money. Looks like 60% of you are already voting bullish on YouTube. On Rumble, I'll be coming to you guys in a second. But before we do that, and I don't want to really sway anyone's opinion, but I should get you ready for the market. Stock futures tick lower as Wall Street awaits closely watched jobs and inflation report. You should know those aren't coming out today. They are coming out later this week. But other than that, there is important news to pay attention to in the real time. Supermajority gives Japan's newest leader strong hand at home and abroad. Win offers chance to push through policies on economy and defense and might open the door to revisiting, Japan's constitution, a conservative goal for decades. So Japan is locked in, maybe going to cause a bit of an issue for China. Xi faces dilemma over Japan after their newest winner, historic mandate. So right here, Prime Minister election victory gives her mandate for more assertive foreign policy, just as China ramps up pressure on Japan. Chinese leaders must decide whether to maintain economic pressure on Tokyo or find an off-ramp to the dispute, with the new prime minister stating she wants stable relations with Beijing but cannot retract her comments on Taiwan. The rift between Japan and China comes at a delicate moment for Donald Trump, who's trying to preserve a fragile trade truce with Beijing while maintaining support for Tokyo, an important security and economic partner. There are a lot of moving parts. So obviously, to highlight what we just saw, yes, in terms of security, economic partner, we want to be partnered up with both China and Japan at this moment in time. We don't want to cut off those trade relationships. From just a military standpoint, yes, obviously, we know the history with Japan and China. We know where they are geographically. We need Japan as a very important military partner. And then remember, from just purely the standpoint of the economy, well, many people pay attention to the trade relationship with the US dollar and the yen. Very important. You've probably heard about the yen carry trade, has massive importance there. But then taking that a level further, depending on what they're going to be doing, maybe yield yield curve control? Maybe not. What's that going to mean for the world, especially right now where you have all these central banks dumping their U.S. treasuries and loading up on gold? Right now, China is one of just the biggest owners of gold ever, and they're buying, and they've been selling U.S. treasuries. So there are very interesting implications here. And I know this is like a large level, 10,000 foot type of view thing, but definitely something to pay attention to. China urges bank to curb exposure to U.S. treasuries. This is nothing new, but it's been probably going on for like a good decade now, and it seems as if this is going to keep going. So I suppose if you happen to be long on gold, well, just in a general fundamental call out, well, we have a finite amount of gold. I was just reading that one of the largest mines is potentially going dry. And yes, I did hear that China found another one, but obviously it might take a bit for them to start mining it. Regardless, what we know is, in a general sense, the world is dumping U.S. treasuries, loading up on gold. Not really commenting in terms of short-term trading. I know obviously over the past couple months it's been going haywire, but the larger picture, this is what big central banks want. And if you ask me, at this point, yeah, it might have a little bit to do with inflation, but according to Trueflation, we don't really have inflation right now. I think, if anything, this is just a giant distrust in the U.S. government and dollar from the perspective of other central banks. Once again, that's obviously very opinionated, but here's something you should know.
Why do you think that China's issued this directive to banks to trim their exposure to treasuries?
Because they don't trust the U.S. central bank. They don't trust the U.S. government.
You see, it's part of an ongoing saga of what China has been trying to maneuver. Well, China wants to steer away from its dominance on the U.S., whether it's in investments or whether it's in industry. And what we are seeing is the former one, obviously. And it's an interesting story. It's a big ship turning around, but it's going to take, it will take place over time, and the moves will be gradual. If you look at China's
looking pretty strong,
they were
higher
about
low.
1.3 trillion about a dozen
Look for
years
it to
ago.
take
Now
out
that's come off
5,114.
to the extent that their treasury holdings are only about 682
Silver's even
billion.
recovering
So
right at that 50
That's already
EMA.
less than half of what they had about 10, 12 years ago.
Look for it to take out 92.
You know, what the story talked about today was China directing its banks. It's not
Bitcoin
the state
showing some
holdings,
weakness.
but the holdings held by
SPX,
banks, which are much
beautiful
less
recovery on
consequential
Friday.
to their whole entire portfolio. So I think that the reaction in treasuries has been muted, but it's a big story that we need to be worried about, which is one of China circling and diversifying away from treasuries, and that will have an impact on treasuries over the longer term.
China's been doing it for a while,
Yeah, so
and
does
so
Treasury
has
also, of course.
Russia, and they're not the only two countries, but it has been a large push. All right, coming a little bit more specifically to the U.S., Epstein files. Congressional lawmakers call for Trump Commerce Chief Lutnick to resign or be fired. So as you could, I don't know, none of you are living under a rock if you're watching this show, so you know that the Epstein files, before YouTube takes me down for saying that word, it's still a hot topic issue. And right now, right here, called on Howard Lutnick, currently a member of the administration, previously of Counter Fitzgerald, to resign amid relations with the Commerce Secretary and more extensive dealings with Epstein than he previously disclosed. A New York Times report found that Lutnick and Epstein, who were next door neighbors in New York City, interacted, quote unquote, regularly. Now, what does that actually mean? I don't know. It's in quotes. Lutnick previously said on podcasts that he cut off Epstein after an initial encounter in 2005. So just another person, kind of a foot in the mouth situation. Excuse me. A foot in the mouth situation. And I don't understand this. Just like, does every billionaire in the world, were they just sitting there for hours a day emailing Jeffrey Epstein? I really don't get it. But it does seem as if before 2010, especially before 2005, that if you had money, it also inherently meant that you spent just hours every single day just typing away emails to Epstein back and forth. I mean, it's crazy. And then now they're all in this awkward situation where, like, I didn't talk to him. I stopped talking to him. And then more information comes out. And then the world's like, but what about this? You clearly didn't stop talking to him. So it's just where we're at. So a little bit more heat on the administration. Will it become something? Who knows? Who can predict that type of shit right now? Some of these things that seem like, absolute like trivial, non-important stories become massive deals. And then there's other stories that seem massive and then get absolutely nowhere. So I'm not going to waste your time or my time trying to predict this. I just want to cover it because obviously it is pressure on the administration, especially for the Commerce Secretary. But in terms of how much pressure, obviously only time will tell, which actually brings us to the market for not only today, this week, and the remainder of the month. Stock's sharp rebound is only making investors more nervous. Steep declines gave way to a bounce back this past week, but underlying worries remain. I find this insane. Piper tail. I find it insane. These types of headlines, when a sharp rebound after this and worry, like it's always so much negative sentiment. Anytime there's a little bit of red, anytime there's a little bit of blood in the water, they're like, dude, that's it. That's the end of the market. We're crashing. We're going down. We have no chance of coming back. And then boom, we come back. And then even when we bounce back, they're like, actually, bouncing back is the most bearish thing we've ever seen. It would have been bullish if we went down, but now that we're up, that's actually bearish. And then if you ask them, what does that possibly mean? How is the market going up actually worse than the market going down? You just don't get it, man. You just don't get it, man. I mean, I swear, mainstream media is sometimes some of the worst opinions and the worst takes, and it just proves to me that they've never actually been investing. They've never actually been trading, because what kind of stupid comment is it possibly that us going up is somehow bearish? In what backwards world do we live that that's a statement? But I guess that is, and it's being backed up by the Wall Street Journal. If you didn't see the update video, I do want you to know that the seasonality, before we get into the specifics of this week, the seasonality for this week and this month, it's kind of choppy. That doesn't mean intraday is choppy. It just means there's not really a strong seasonal influence for this month. Especially when you look at the weekly on the 3-year, the 5-year, a little bit of it's bullish, a little bit of it's bearish. There's just, it's not strong seasonally. There's not a strong seasonal skew for this period of the year. So for me, that basically just means I'm not taking seasonality into account. And instead, I'm going to be looking at the market's reaction specifically to the major macroeconomic reports. And then from there, I'm going to be looking at how the large players reposition themselves, especially in the options market. So I'm going to be going over all that. Today, there's nothing really scheduled. Tomorrow, retail sales. Wednesday, we're going to get the unemployment report for the month of January, and also the 10-year note auction. Thursday, the 30-year bond auction. And then Friday, we're going to get the CPI inflation report. So relative to the entire week, today, Monday, is actually kind of the most quiet day of all of them. And then for the remainder of the week, we have something pretty important going down every single day. Please don't forget, we're also in earnings season. Once again, even like the major macroeconomic reports, earnings today is also the most quiet day of the entire week. Tomorrow, we get Coca-Cola, CVS, Spotify, Datadog. We have Robinhood, Lyft, Ford, Cloudflare. Wednesday, Shopify, Unity, McDonald's. What else do we have? QuantumScape. I know some of you will be playing that. On Thursday, Coinbase, Pinterest, Rivian, Toast, DraftKings, and then Friday, Moderna and Wendy's. Before I go from this page, question for all of you. Did you guys like the Coinbase ad? I got really confused because I saw all the ads and then I saw the Coinbase ad, and that was the one that was like kind of that low budget. Yeah, like they were just singing the song. And I was like, oh, this is actually kind of horrible. And then I went onto the internet, and apparently my opinion means nothing because everything I was seeing was how amazing it was. And I got really confused because I actually thought it was one of the worst commercials for the Super Bowl. And then the internet had completely the opposite opinion of me. Like I was in a very negative. I was like, hey, I know a couple of years ago they crushed it. They had the most popular one. I was kind of excited to see what they would do just because in the past they did have the creative ability to have like a top tier ad. And I thought this one was like literally the polar opposite. And then I opened up Twitter and I went, and then everyone's like, dude, that they crushed it again. So I felt like I was in the minority on that one, but it was a super lo-fi, like the blue background and just kind of like almost like the karaoke text. I don't know. I was a little confused on it, but hey, I guess that is me. But anyway, reporting after the market closes on Thursday. And with all of this in mind, you need to know that the Russell 2000 is crushing. Small caps flourish as U.S. earnings growth broadens beyond tech. So yes, SPX, somewhat of a decent recovery. Tech is actually lagging behind. NDX lagging behind. But you know what's looking amazing? The Russell. Look at that. Never broke down. Skyrocket on Friday. Actually opening up pretty decent. So definitely worthwhile to put on your watch list, the small cap sector. RTY is the actual index for the Russell. The most common ETF that people trade is going to be IWM. But right now, small cap is actually looking pretty freaking good. So I wanted to put that on your radar. And with that being said, the market's about to open in 1 minute. 1 minute, you guys are almost on a heater. You've gone 2 for 2, and you got to get 3 for 3 to officially be on a heater. So let me close the poll right now on YouTube. You guys, your votes are in. Rumble, you guys have seconds to go. Seconds to tell me what you think's going to happen. And this is the question. From 9:30 to 9:31, how do you think the market's going to do? How do you think the market's going to perform? What is your vote? Bull up, bull up, and YouTube. Okay, so you guys are all bullish. All right, so obviously the bet is bullish. We're currently trading at 6913, 69. All right, we are going to buy, and we're going to get 10 of those, and we're going to do a market order. All right, we are ready. So we're going to buy at the money calls, at market open. Boom. Go. All right, single order, last. All right, let's get it in. Let's get it in, folks. Fill price, $18.90. We are trying to get out at $20.50. Right, here's the unrealized P&L. The order is in. Uh-oh, it's going against us. Uh-oh. It can't go that much more. We're going to hit it. Don't you do this to me. Don't you do this to me. Turn around. Stop. This is getting painful. It has to be really close here on this pullback. Oh. Hang on. I just got an alert on my phone, but it was not the email from Vanquish. You guys suck. You guys. This is what I get. You guys led me astray again. Dagger to the heart. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Folks, when I ask you the first minute and you tell me bullish, we're supposed to see more green. We're not supposed to see red. I feel like you just don't even really get the game. I'm starting to think that. Dingity ding ding ding. The world's largest casino is now open. Best of luck to all. Play responsibly. And if not, have fun. The question is, really, how much money am I going to let you guys blow out again today? I'm going to give you one shot today at redemption. One shot today at redemption. All right. Where are we? I have to buy another one. Come on. Reset. Do I not have a credit this time? I guess not. Okay. I'm going to give you one shot. You have one shot today. Last week, I gave you way too many chances. All right, let me see. Did the account reset? You guys were that close to a heater, too. You were 2 for 2, and you just couldn't get yourself to get 3 for 3. You just couldn't. Look at that. All right, so here's the new question. Are we in? Did I get it? All right. The new account is loaded in. So we're now starting at 0, folks. Absolutely 0. You've lost all of that, all those gains. So here's the new question. At 9:35, I will be placing a trade. It is currently 9:33 and 30. So in 90 seconds, where do you think the market's going? The question is at 9:35 to 9:36, are we going up or are we going to get rejected here and go down? So that is the question. At 9:35, exactly at 9:35, I will be placing a trade. Is it bullish or is it bearish? And you guys better answer pretty quickly. We don't have that much time. And once again, I'm firing off the trade exactly. Bull, bearish, all in, down. It'll be green by them. Up, up. But okay, so you guys are doubling down on this concept. Okay. All right. I just want, where's the official time? Right there. 9:34:14. Let me just go back to this quickly to see if I should be changing anything. Right there. All right, we're going to do it exactly. All right, we have 30 seconds. For any of the bears in comment, speak now or forever hold your peace. Speak now or forever hold your peace. You have 20 seconds. You have 20 seconds. If not, we're firing off this market order. If not, we're doing it. You have 8 seconds left. Let's see. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Done. Average fill 1560. Single order. We're getting out at 17.1. All right. Order is in. Order is in. So we got in at 9:35, 10 SPX 0 DTE calls. We got a fill of 1560, and we have a pending order to get out at 17.1 on all 10. We are slightly up right now. Slightly. Which way is it going to go? We got to zoom in on this one. All right. You guys might be onto something here. You might be onto something. I feel like if we can break 25, we're going to be good. Come on. You know what we need? We need a little bit of cheating. Hey, if they're cheating, so are we. I wanted to know if you guys had the ability yourself at open today. You didn't. So now let me help you guys out. Come on. We just need to snap 25. Fill is $1 above where we are right now. Come on. Maybe we need to make the magnet bigger. What's the options flow looking like? Oh, shit. Come on. Get back up there. This can't happen to me. Not on the day of my daughter's wedding. Dude, silver's already up 4.4%. Shit. Uh-oh. We're getting close to the drawdown. Come on. You can bounce. Bounce it. Matt, did you get a payout result yet? I'm assuming you're referring to Apex. Oh, hang on. Oh, there we go. Order filled. 1.6K locked in. I didn't doubt you guys for a second. Should we run it back for another one? Should we? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Do you want to run it back for a 9:45 one? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Should we run it back now that you guys it feels like you had a little bit of rust on you guys from over the weekend. Should we run it back for 9:45? Yes or no? Do you guys, it's up to you. This is your account. Granted, it was my money that got blown out, but this is your account. So the first question is do you want to run it back today? And then if the answer is yes, then we have to figure out the direction. But so far, okay, you had one loser today. You had one winner today. What are we doing? Okay, I'm still hungover. Sorry. It's all right, Chuck. You get a pass. All right. More of you are saying yes. We're going to run one more today. So this time we're going to do it at 9:45. It is currently 9:38. So I will either go bullish or bearish at 9:45. What is the overwhelming consensus? What do you guys want 15 minutes into the day? Exactly at 9:45, I'll either be buying calls or I'll be buying puts, and it is 100% your opinion. Hey, these are your accounts. This is your money. What do you guys like here? What do you guys like here? Are you bullish? Are you bearish? That first one. It does suck that you guys were kind of right, but just wrong on the first minute. That's a bit of a bummer. But I'm sure it's cut the other way times in the past, so maybe we shouldn't be crying too much. The Russell got hit a little bit more. Bitcoin's trying to pick up. Gold is up. Silver is definitely up. Palantir is the biggest gainer on my watch. Let's look at Palantir going. Okay. Bullish. Okay, so Tommel says bullish. Let it run. Tony, that's a bull. Up, and away till 10. Fill the gaps, then down. Bear. We have more bulls. You guys are copying and pasting an interesting bull emoji. I like that one. All right. We're going to get it ready. What I'll do is same thing. I'll do at the money calls right when this says 9:45. I'm going to revisit this at like 9:43 so you guys have the most up-to-date data. So we'll do it from 2 minutes out. I'm going to come back to you guys and basically say, all right, how are you feeling? Because who knows? By then, maybe the market drops or, dude, we could have just held those first ones. We are back to being green on the day. We bounced off this hedge wall, targeting 35. Well, you have 40 and you have 50. Okay, so 32, this white horizontal line is the closing value. So this is the red to green test. From there, you do have the high from Friday, which was 944. Some people are playing the 40s. Some people are playing the 50s. Yeah, it's 60. So it kind of just goes 40, 50, 60. And more important than that is probably the 50 and the 60 level. So we're going to be paying close attention to this yellow horizontal bar and this yellow horizontal bar. I am expecting some level of a reaction potentially. Let's zoom in. Maybe we can get a little bit more detailed. All right. You do have a delta push to the upside here. 40, 50. We could get going with this. There's a lot of positive gamma all the way up here at 7,000. Definitely want to put that on your radar. But this is my first interesting test zone. Somewhere between 45 and 60. I want to see how the market reacts there just because we are seeing some positioning. And if it can break above 60, then it feels like we have a free ride basically up to 69.90. And actually at one point today, I think I need to update this. Yeah, at one point it was 69.80, but the positions have already changed. So let me change this. What I'm looking for, obviously bullish target number 1, but what's exciting is bullish target number 2, all the way up to 990, potentially 7,000, which remember, that's pretty much the all-time high. The current all-time high for the S&P 500 is just above 7,000, but this zone here from 990 down to 960, that's clearly a bit of negative gamma. You can't see it the best. Let me see if I can zoom in one more level. No, we're not up there. But anyway, you're going to have to believe me. You could see some red up here. It is a little bit of that negative gamma. So be ready for that. All right, we're about 3 minutes out. Very quickly, let me update this. I did do a little bit of trading today already, pre-market. I just wanted to get in a quick scalp. So I did pass the 5 take profit accounts. So I was just trying to get above $9,000 in net profit. So pass that one, pass that one, pass that one, pass that one. When I say pass, I don't think I actually fully did pass them. I hit the profit target. I think I need more trading days. So I'm going to have to do scalp trades on those. And then also on the FFN, same thing. I just saw an opportunity to scalp. So I ended up passing these ones, same thing. I think I need more trading days. Actually, I went way over. I only needed 53 and I almost got to 54. And then I did pass on these FFNX. So I did technically trade this morning, but it was just to pass some of the evals that were there. Other than that, I have these Lucids that I passed last week, and now I'm going to be trading them as a funded account. The big Apex accounts, the 15 are frozen. I have not yet heard back from Apex, so I'm still waiting on that. And then in terms of the 5 new Apex, well, we'll be trading those today, but I did make 4K on them last week. So some of the evals, basically in a nutshell, I passed. 15 of my Apex accounts are frozen. I can trade 5 of them, and then I can also trade these 5 brand new Lucid ones, which are now no longer eval. They are funded. So that's the skinny on the futures accounts. I don't really like to trade options in terms of Piper and my 0DTs till past 10 a.m., which is why you guys trade these accounts just for some degenerate opportunity. Speaking of which, okay, so the question is at 9:45, bullish or bearish? What should we do? What should we be? How should we be it? Which one are you guys feeling? 35, 40. You have 1 minute. 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. This is your 1 minute warning. The question is basically, do you think the SPX is going to bounce off of this red to green move and keep going up? Or do you think we're about to crater? Bearish, bull. Well, that's 50-50. Which one are you guys actually feeling? Bull. Oh, you guys are getting more 50-50 than you were earlier. Interesting. Okay, now there's more bull stepping in. I think we're going to have to go bullish on this one. All right. Market. We have 10. I'm going to do it right at 9:45 as promised. Let's see. 20-second warning. Let's see. 15-second warning. All right. How lucky can we get? 10-second warning. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. We got to fill at 10, 17. Okay. All right. We got a fill right here at 9:45 exactly at 15:40. We're trying to get out at 17.1 and we're going to let her rock. So once again, fill at 15:40. We're slightly at below, above, or right at the break-even levels right now. Basically, we need this to not break down. We need go. Come on. Where's our magnet? This is the only way it's going to work. Is we're going to have to cheat today, folks. We're going to have to hack into the mainframe, hack into the system here. We're going to have to put a little bit. Oh, that's not good. No, stop it. Okay. Yes, that's what we want to see. Okay, I'm seeing some green.
Yeah.
All right. We got some tendies and tunes. Come on. Go. It just needs to say 17.1 for the last. That's our target. It's at 16.5. Come on. 16.6. Just say 17.1. Go. Just go. Come on. We're right there. No. Is it a double top? Come on. We're almost back to break even. We're still in the green, though. We got to focus on the positive. Come on. Just go. Yes. The magnet's working. Come on. No. What the fuck? No. What was that? The magnet's breaking. Buy the dip. What was that? Come on. Buy the dip. What the hell was that? Go. What the fuck was that? Come on. This is so degenerate. Tis but a wick. Yeah, a painful wick that almost blew us out. Come on. No. We're still green. Barely. We just need one little, like, we were almost there. I think it even hit 16.9 or 17, and we're trying to get out at 17.1. 17? I saw a 17. We were a tick away. I saw a tick. It said, dude. Right here, I saw a 17. This one's a battle, folks. This one's a battle. We're still in the green. Oh, it was like right there. Come on. 16.4. It's just like, it's getting so close. And then it just gets smacked. Like every time it was waking up to 38, it was like right there. Right there. How's the flow looking? Mag 7 did pop, going a little flat now. S&P 500 did pop and gave a little bit back. Come on, this has to be the push. Come on. This has to be the push. Let's go. We're trying to get the fill at 17.1, 16.9, 16.3. Dude, it is every time we get right here. It's getting like that close. That close. Dude. And we're back to, now we're actually red. How close can we get without getting the fill? This has been painful. This has been a painful one. Come on. Come on. Go, 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 go. We're red again. We're red again. All right, I think if we hit 39 or 40, it should get a fill. Going below 32 would probably do us in though. Come on. Well, actually, probably 29. No. I think we must have been within a tick of blowing out right there. No. It's done. Oh, dude, we were so close. I'm not even mad at you guys on that one. We just didn't get the fill. Like, it was right there. I think this account's blown out. It just hasn't notified me yet. We were so close. We were so freaking close. We saw the 17. We saw it. We just didn't see the 17. Yeah, this account's done. Painful. Painful. You guys did good. Honestly, for as close as that one, that was a good call out. You guys did your job. The market didn't give us that extra tick. It didn't give us that extra one tick. I can't be mad at you on that. You were right. You almost had it. And you're going to probably get it at some point. We're just not going to be able to survive the pullback because we went way too over levered. The magnet was demagnetized. It feels it. It feels it. But hey, don't you guys worry. Ideally, we're going to make some of this back elsewhere. We are right here at VWAP, the volume weighted average price. So let's see how people react to that one today. Am I on the right accounts? I just want to make sure I have my trade copier set up. Recently, a lot of people have been asking me what trade copier I use, what trade copier I don't use. I'm using Replicanto. I think I have actually.
Order filled.
Wait, I can't even trade on these accounts? They blocked my other accounts now too? They blocked all of my accounts? Okay. So I guess now I'm confused about which accounts I can trade and which ones I can't trade. Hang on. I think I'm officially blocked on all Apex accounts, which means these ones should be live. So I'm still good on Lucid here. That's a bummer. Last week, I was able to trade on the 5 new Apex, but I just tried trading on them, and they're frozen as well. I guess my accounts are in review. I know I'm sounding awkward about it, but in all reality, the situation is awkward because I got banned too. I'm not banned. They're reviewing my accounts for a large payout. There's a big difference between getting banned and getting reviewed. So I thought it was only my 15 big accounts that were stuck in review. Apparently they're not. So I don't know, but no. Also, the idea of getting banned, that just means you're banned from buying new evals. Like, there's a big misunderstanding of like what getting banned is on Apex. And when you get banned on Apex, of course, like if they catch you like cheating or something fraud, you could be like legit banned. But 99% of the time when people talk about getting banned, they're talking about not being able to purchase new evals. None of mine are evals. These are all already performance accounts. I have 20 performance accounts. So just to like clarify some of those differentials. What is this? This is called Pump Friends, Dumb Money. That's a bit of a bummer. I thought I was going to be able to trade on all the Apex accounts today, but apparently I can't. I am trading on this Lucid account, and that actually kind of messed me up. I was going to cut it at 110. And now I'm in a position I don't want to be into because it kind of knocked me off my game. I'm praying for a bounce off of 100. I was trying to buy this recovery at VWAP here, but let's see. I was expecting a bit of a bounce off of 100 or 90. So the question is, how high will this bounce be? And can it come back up to VWAP? If this is actually a puke, I'm going to get screwed, and that's not so good. But like I said, I think that kind of knocked me off my game a little bit. It did knock me off my game a little bit. There's no orders, right?
Order submitted.
Oh, brother. Oh, I'm a little bummed, folks. I'm sorry. This is knocking me off my game. I really thought I could trade the other Apex accounts because I was trading them on Friday of last week when the other accounts were blocked. So like I knew that some of them were blocked, but I didn't think all of them were blocked. I thought it was just the large ones in question for the large payout. I didn't realize that they blocked me from trading all of them. That's a bummer. So I just, if you're curious what's going on, I'm literally just stuck in a phase of waiting where I just have to wait for the company to make some sort of decision. To my understanding, they do reach out to you. They do like say, hey, all right, like here's what's going on, here's what's not going on type of a deal. So I'm just kind of waiting on that, I guess, at this point. But I really thought these 5 right here. So right here, I had all these 50Ks that I grew to 117. And then I had the 5 fresh 150s. And you could see I traded them on Friday. And that was awesome. And I was looking forward to trading them again today. And I'd be in these same positions that I am on Lucid. But I guess I can't. I mean, you saw the error pop up on my screen of my size is set to 0. Apex account show prohibited activity. Please ensure. Yeah, that's because you broke the rules. Mine's different. My error is that you're not allowed. The size limit I'm allowed to trade right now is 0. That's my current issue. I didn't break the rules. Like the message that you're getting has to do with you breaking the rules. Probably the MA rule or something along those lines. That's probably the most common one that people break is the MAE. Or obviously you might be like hedging it inappropriately. I don't know. There's a host of rules you have to follow, but I'm not getting that error, the one that you're getting, the one that I'm about to get stopped out.
Order filled.
The error that I'm getting more so relates to my trade size is set to 0. So the limit of how many contracts I can currently trade is 0. So it's not really an error. It's just basically saying if you trade anything more than 0, it just won't let you. Why does your Vanquish account say it's demo mode? Because it's all SIM defunded. That's what SIM defunded means. It's like literally in the name, because your orders, whether it's futures or options, if you're doing a SIM defunded firm, none of them are actually hitting the market. Like your orders are not truly influencing the market. The SIM and SIM defunded means, oh fuck, I'm gonna have to enter another one. The SIM and
Order
SIM
submitted.
defunded means simulated. And the way Vanquish denotes it, or really it's not even Vanquish, it's DX feeds, the way they denote it is demo. But it's also true on futures. All of this, the whole SIM defunded world is exactly that. It's all demo. It just so happens to be a world that if you trade well enough in that, you can get actual payouts. So that's true with Apex, that's true with Take Profit Trader, that's true with Vanquish. It's literally true with all of them. Just trade less than zero. Hey, that might be a workaround. Am I going to get stopped out again here? I'm just trying to catch this bounce off of VWAP without taking on that much of a risk. But obviously, if it goes, I'm going to get the hell out. It's just battling it out right here. Obviously, I'm betting on the bulls continuing, which is against the Mag 7 flow, so that's not so good. But I am seeing the SPY start to pick up, so hopefully that benefits me. But at the moment, it is looking pretty suspect, to be honest. And it's getting pinned to equilibrium. Look at, we are right at the closing value. We are getting rejected at the closing value, and we're right at VWAP. We are by definition at equilibrium. Just have to wait for it to go one way or the other. Where is the lo-fi? So all the music we're listening to is on Tendies and Tunes, but it's a little much for this morning. Where is the lo-fi playlist? I don't see it. Oh, here it is. Lo-fi and chill. All right. Maybe this will put us in the right wavelengths to be able to pay attention. I'm going to get stopped out. I almost got stopped out. It's coming for me. Wow. I got really, really lucky there. It got as low as 104.5 and my stop was at 104.25. I was a tick away from getting stopped out. Wow. That's a little stroke of luck. Obviously, I'll feel a lot more comfortable if we take out 170. That was seemingly the start of this little sell-off here. Come on. 150, I'm feeling good. You guys can see this, right? Yes, you can. Perfect. Okay. And also, so the point of control is 120 and VWAP is 126. So if we can stay above this little range between like 20 and 30, I'll feel a lot better. But once again, we just keep testing it. Do I want to move this down to 92, this recent low? Like we're just chop city right now, folks. There's not much that can be done. We just have to sit here and be patient. There's not much that can be done. We just have to wait. Patience, 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 patience. I'm looking for the upward break. Mag 7's getting hit, but I'm seeing a little bit of a recovery in the S&P 500. 5-minute is bullish, 10-minute is bullish, 30-minute is bullish on ES, and actually so is the 4-hour. So momentum on the S&P 500 does favor the bulls. Same thing on the NASDAQ. The 5-minute is bullish, the 10-minute is bullish, the 30-minute is bullish, and the 4-hour actually is bearish. So this is the only one that has work to do. So out of the 8 timeframes we're checking for intraday trading, 4 for ES, 4 for NQ, 5-minute, 10-minute, 30-minute, 4-hour, the only one that is bearish right now is the 4-hour on NQ. The rest of it is bullish. Looks like we might be attempting to get this breakout. I'm going to update my risk on one of these contracts. Oh, brother. And no, we just got pinned right back there. It's trying to get going. Look, it tries to break down. They buy it right back up. We try to break out. They smack it right back down. We're just pinned to equilibrium. Are they going to sweep this? I might have to manually close this one. A little fake out pump to a smash. They are not. Look at these EMAs. We're just not going anywhere right now in the short term. Pretty much from 9:50 until now, the last 12 minutes, just nothingness. You got to wait. You gotta wait. You gotta wait. You gotta wait. Look at that. We almost got going just for them to smash it. Here's a look at the flow. Mag 7 flow is not looking good. SPY was trying to recover, but in the last minute or so, taking a bit of a hit. My risk is close to being hit here. Maybe I could get lucky with this bounce off of 100, but that's a giant maybe. The longer it stays above VWAP, the more comfortable I feel. The longer it stays below VWAP, obviously, the less comfortable I feel. So we just got to let these market dynamics play out. I do give the edge to the bulls just because momentum is bullish right now. So I'm kind of waiting on that. Where's the better view? This might be the view that I actually care about the most. Yes. Oh, brother. Decisions, folks. Decisions. Look how messy that is. Ever since 950, we just haven't done shit. What time is it? It's 10:04. Okay. I see sellers up here at 180. They might want to target those guys.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Where did I say that was? 180, right? All right, we're watching this sell side zone right here. If you guys don't know what's on screen, this is called Bookmap, and it's a better visualization for the DOM. So right here, we could see there's quite a few sellers at 180. All right. Did that not
Order
go through?
submitted.
Okay,
Order
it did.
submitted.
Oops.
Order canceled. Order canceled.
All right, the intraday high is 188.50, so we're going to sell one at 187.
Order submitted.
All right, the intraday high, we saw it at 950 this morning. Like I said, is 188.25. We did get rejected at 180. Interestingly enough, we're right here. You could see why price is stopping here is just because there's a bunch of sellers at this level. I'm overshooting it just because I have a feeling they're going to pull their order. That's just me guessing. And I'm currently targeting the intraday high to get out of one of my 3 contracts. Dude, the fact that I could have had these on the Apex accounts too, like, really does bum me out. Come on, fill it. All right, we took down one. What's the next level? Hang on, I need another level. Give me levels. 215. What is this one? 265. What is this one? 228. Okay, so we're gonna go up to 225 on this one. So I was long 3. I dumped one of them to get myself in the green. I'm trying to unload another one at 225. And then from there, I'm going to leave the stop at break even. And if it runs, it runs. That's fully the plan. That is fully the plan. Trying to dump one. Why 225? Well, just in the overnight session, I saw like a rejection here at 230, a rejection here at 230, or 215, 230. There's one at 262. So I'm just kind of picking roughly in the middle. I could 264. Do I want to run it up to 245? 247. 248. Folks, help me out. What are the rules on the funded Lucid accounts? I have a Lucid Flex. Can someone, my brain scrambled this morning because of, I don't know, I'm a little flustered with the Apex thing because I really thought I was going to trade those today. I should have reviewed the rules on Lucid. Can someone in chat help me out on this one? There's not consistency, right? There's no consistency on that one. It's have at it. There's no consistency, so literally the goal is just to let it go. Hang on. 50. No. So these aren't evals. These are funded. They're funded accounts. We're battling it out at 200. Fair enough. Anyone want to take bets on when AMC will go bankrupt? It hit a new all-time low. Really? I mean, I hate to be that guy, but I told you so. Where's the smirk? Wow, an all-time low. Holy shit. Where's the weekly on that? Maybe we should go to the monthly. Is there not? All right, so from the all-time high until this moment, it is down 99.66%. 99.66%. Wow. That's brutal. Of course it's an ego tweet. What else do we do this for, dude? 99% of trading is all about just ego. It's literally what gets me out of bed in the morning. We're gonna have to edit that though. We're gonna have to slap in this picture. How do I edit it? Yeah, let's slap in a picture. Screenshot. Is this the right picture? Of course it's an ego tweet. Without a doubt, dude. You know what else is an ego tweet? My fucking gains. That's an ego tweet. I guess these are the only accounts I could trade on right now because I already hit the goals on FFN for today. I'm blocked from Apex while they review my accounts for the $1 million payout. Lucid are the only ones I could trade, and Take Profit, I passed those accounts too. Literally, as of right now, these are the only accounts I can trade on. So even when they're trying to shackle your boy, they're trying to keep me down. Even with that, we're up 10K. Even trying to keep your boy down, and we're still crushing. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? Even when they're trying to stop me, you know? They're not letting the kids play. Palantir's finally recovering. Maybe a little double top there as SPX is getting awfully close to the high from yesterday, which would set up that opportunity for this. This is my first target zone, really, between 945 and 960. I'm hoping to hit it with those NQ long plays. Obviously, if it doesn't go, my stop's at break even. So I don't really care. Of course I care. When I say that, like, I don't mean it like, oh, I'm just like so beyond money, I don't give a shit. No, obviously every single time I trade, I'm attempting to make money. But I don't care in terms of risk because I took all risk off the table. Worst case situation is I'm up 350 per account for day one of these accounts. That's a nice win. Of course, I'd prefer it be 3K, 4K, 5K. Of course, I always want it to be more. Like, that'd be silly to like not do it that way. But I took all my risk off the table. Actually, Should we throw on another cheeky one? What's flow look like? Icarus did fire again. Mag 7's picking up. S&P 500's taking a little bit of a hit. Do I want to throw on another little cheeky one here? Or do I want to give it a little... Do I want to skip this one? I don't know. Icarus is telling me this is acceptable to fire another one.
Order filled. Order submitted.
We're getting crazy with it. Your boy, we might as well get tilted, you know? If one thing doesn't work for you, you might as well just get tilted. What is this? Matt, can you overvalue stock like Palantir still keep going up? Yeah, because short-term trading has nothing to do with fundamental value. Fundamentals play out in a longer time period. We're talking multiple months, quarters, years. A day-to-day movement has nothing to do with it. And you might have an analysis of being fundamentally over or undervalued, but remember, the source of truth is the price. So you think you could scream that it's overvalued? That's not going to make it come down. You might just be bad at fundamental analysis. I know a lot of people are looking at the PE ratio of Palantir and they're like, oh my God, it's so overvalued. Is it? I mean, how are you that confident that you're right? Like, why is the PE ratio the best way to look at it? I mean, another way I could look at it is they're having absurd year-over-year, quarterly, yearly revenue growth. Their margins are phenomenal. They're projected to do better with less people. So this idea of is something over or undervalued, that's in the eyes of the beholder. Do I think Tesla is overvalued? No, I'm invested in Tesla and I think it's going to be hyper successful in the long term. But remember, talking about fair value, overvalue, undervalued, that's only applicable to investing and a longer duration thing. If you think something is undervalued, that doesn't mean it's going to go up the next day. It might. You have a 50-50 shot. Same thing with being overvalued. Just because you think something's overvalued, you're not necessarily expecting it to play out the very next day. Bro is printing. It's easy. I'm the best at this. Like, straight up. Even when the market gods are trying to stop me from having fun and saying, you know what, Matt, you can only trade 5 accounts today. You've already maxed out your take profits. You've already maxed out your FFN. You've already maxed out your Apex. We're only going to let you trade your Lucids. Even with that, we're still pulling in 4 bands per account multiplied by 5 accounts, 20. Like, they can't keep you down. They can't keep a able-bodied, affluent, attractive, Christian white man down, you know? Dude, what a fucking douchebag thing to say. Dude, I don't care. I keep myself entertained. I just hear all the voices in my head, but finally, you know? Market here, February 9th, 2026. They're not keeping a white, property-owning, Christian, heterosexual, affluent, good-looking, connected, privileged white man down. Hell yeah. Dude. It's about time. Jacked, yeah. Finally, something goes my way. You know, just finally, at least one time it goes my way. I've been waiting for this opportunity. Oh, Jesus. It's about gosh darn time. Is this going to fail? We're a little bit of sellers here at 40 and then 48 where I'm trying to get out. I actually thought I'd be front running some of these guys at 50, but they're actually... Is this you guys copying me? Are you guys saying, hey, Matt's getting out at 48? I honestly think you guys are copying me in real time. You saw that I put my sale at 48, so literally You guys are a bunch of fucking copycats in here. A bunch of fucking copycats. How dare you? How dare you on the day of my daughter's wedding copy my trades? I can't believe it. Can't believe it. All right, so on the one that I added late, I'm moving that one stop to break even. I added on a cheeky little extra contract there. Oh, no, this isn't right. No, don't. Get away. I forgot, I wanted the runner. We're gonna put the runner up to 300 because we can. I forgot about that. So we're getting out of, wait, which one are we getting out of? I'm confused. Who's on first? So if I sell this one, what is
Order
this
submitted.
sell order associated with this one, or is it associated with these two? The world may never know. We're about to find out, though. Matt, when you buy or sell, are you buying 0 DTs? If I'm trading 0 DTs, yeah. What you see on the screen right now is futures. Speaking of which, Piper is about to fire in 1 minute. So let me get that ready for the Discord. Piper. Piper is a 0 DTE momentum strategy for anyone keeping score at home. Golly. All right, Piper is firing, will fire in 10 seconds. How do I know that? Well, I coded it. I researched it, and I know it's going to fire exactly at 10:20 today. Boom. All right, if you're in the Discord, Piper just fired. I did not take that trade yet. I'll let you guys watch my futures trade while I handle my options trade. Folks, I trade futures and I trade options. What's on the screen right now is futures. And I don't have any options to show you because I'm not in an options play at this moment in time.
Order filled.
All right. So it doesn't. Oh, it locked in. Oh, it must be first in, first out. I think. No.
Order canceled.
It did get rid of that one. That's interesting. Okay. The more you know. The more you know. The more you know, the more you know, the more you know. I didn't get a fill on this. That might be problematic. Okay, I did get a fill. All right, if you're in the Discord, I did a little bit of a 0 DTE options play as well. It's obviously bullish. Why would I be bearish at this moment in time? But I am working to get this in as quickly as I can. Okay, we did that. That's in there. Screenshots provided. We locked in one there. How much did we lock in? 2.7. Move that stop up. Just doing a little bit of management, you know. You never know how crazy things are going to get or not get. No sense in being absolutely a nut job about all this stuff. I'm just, as soon as I get this final play in, I think I'm pretty good on the day. All right, we're gonna do that. All right, good. I don't mind moving my wrist to this zone. Increase price. All right, so since I still have multiple, whenever you have multiple, it gives you the flexibility to quote unquote scale in, scale out type of a vibe. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing. If this keeps dipping, I'll get knocked on one. The other one's there at break even. It's just general management. I mean, I guess I could stop it, but at this point, if you caught a trend, you don't know how big the trend's going to be. And since these accounts are brand new, and you guys better not be fibbing me, but you said there's no consistency rule. So if there's no consistency rule, I might as well just let it ride. But I don't know. Hopefully you guys aren't giving me bad information on that one. Hopefully you're not giving me bad information on that one. All right, let's do that. That's good. Just management. I'm going across. If you're in the Discord, I still have my positions there. The SPY, the Qs. Unfortunately, the Qs... Oh, I'm about to get knocked on this one. That's all right, though. It's just locking it in. Obviously, that's locking in profits. And then this one. So what did we lock in? Locked in 3.9, already locked in. And then obviously, we have this final runner. And we're going to see how that one goes. Oh, do I want to move this to 199? I guess I can, if I really want to. Do I want to give it a second, though? Because it might... Oops, never mind. I was going to try to give it a little bit more room, but I got clocked. So I'm out for 3.9K. Actually, 4K, pretty much 4K on all 5 accounts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 20,000. Early this morning, I scalped some other stuff. That was just to pass those. But these Lucids, once again... were already that, dude. I'm so bummed because I would have copy traded that to these 5 right here, making another 20K. So instead of 20K today, it would have been 40K. That's a bummer. Yeah, shit happens. I guess you can't cry over it. Well, you can, but it's not going to get you anywhere, dude. It's just I'm stuck in review. I literally would have doubled it up. I would have literally just copy traded it. So I know it would have been the exact same trades, the exact same management. Just double the profits, dude. Bummer. Bummer. Anyway, where's the Discord? It's in the description of the video, goonieTrading.com. You can sign up. Before you sign up, let me explain this to you. Folks, before you sign up, please just listen to me. First of all, I actively trade options and futures. There are some people in there who trade crypto, but if you're looking for a meme crypto Discord, this is probably not the spot for you. This is not a signal Discord. This isn't the place for you to say, oh, what's he doing? I'm going to perfectly copy him and hope that it works. No, that's a perfect recipe to get blown out. So if you're looking for meme crypto trading, this is not for you. If you're looking to just arbitrarily, blindly follow signals from me or anyone else, this is not for you. I just want to put that out there. Don't waste your money. Don't sign up. You're not going to find what you're looking for in this Discord. However, if you are looking for a person who, once again, trades futures and options based on actual math, statistics, I like to sell a lot of premium in the market. Obviously, I like to trade NQ, ES, that type of thing in futures. But rather than this gut feel, I'm not there to teach you some sort of stupid model like smart money concepts or fair value gaps or anything like that. No, I base all of mine off statistics of, hey, based on these conditional Bayesian probabilities, measuring price action momentum, this is where we are. Historically, when we've been in this position, this is the chance of what's playing out next. It's literally, I just run it off of pure odds. And literally all it is, it's data mining in the past of hey, we've had green days. Here's the ATR movement. Here's what's going on with options flow. What are the odds of us continuing higher or lower based on historic data? So it's a very math heavy, statistics driven type of a thing. And because of that, that's what I've generated Piper. Piper's a momentum measure. And that's where I sell 0DTE premium. Sometimes I'll go long premium. And then Icarus is more of on the world of futures, where I just need to fact check, once again, basic measures such as RSI, MACD, technical levels, breaking out, breaking down, that type of thing. Once again, I put all that data in, see how it played out historically, and see if there's actually an edge to doing it. So once again, before you sign up, I just want you to understand what you're getting into. If I show you this, it all starts in the welcome. It gives you a breakdown of what's going on. The first thing you should do is come to Discord guide. So it kind of explains, well, first of all, there's a scammer. If you are signing up, please be aware there are scammers who steal my picture. I am not reaching out to you for a specialty opportunity. Never, ever, ever. Especially when they're like, send me crypto. I am not DMing you. I promise you. From there, I just break down how the channels work. Tons of private lectures. All of these links are private lectures related to intro to options, advanced options, systematic trading, how to build your own bots, ATR, just stats of the market, and then some explainer stuff. In here, we have a news bot that whenever there's breaking news, it goes there right away. Piper's the Piper strategy. I post my own trades for 0 DTE. I post my trades for swing trades. And then obviously there's a trading chat. There's a general chat. There's also voice chats, and then alerts when videos go up, that type of a thing. So I just want you to know what you're getting into before you get into it. Like, if the biggest thing I have to say is the questions I've been getting recently is, do you trade meme cryptos? No, I don't give a shit about meme crypto coins. If you trade it, I hope you make a bunch of money. I'm not inherently against it. It's just not for me. And more important than that, if you are coming in thinking, I'm just going to follow Matt, no. It's what I post my trades, first of all, for transparency. I deeply believe that if you're attempting to learn from anyone, you should be able to see their trades in real time. But more, why I do that is for transparency. It's not to be copied, because sometimes I get tilted and I do things I shouldn't be doing. And in fact, you could ask some of the community members, because I post my trades, they'll call it out and just be like, nah, Matt's tilted. He's not doing it right. So you alert your trades immediately. I alert them immediately for transparency, but it's not some sort of guarantee that like what I do is the end all be all holy grail. It's just not how it works, because sometimes I get tilted. I make poor decisions. The importance is of why I do it is to generate the conversation of what I saw and why I'm doing it, so you have a repeatable methodology. So for example, you guys already saw it, but I sold some puts this morning. So from there, the question is like, okay, why did he sell puts? What did he see that made him bullish to neutral on the market? Why did he pick the exact strikes that he picked? Did he see a gamma level there? What's he seeing on spot gamma? The entire point of it is to generate a process in which you can see the market through the framework that I do. I am not saying I have the best framework ever. I just have the framework that works for me. So it's more of insights into what I'm seeing in the market and the reasoning for the decision making. And then from there, understanding my mental framework. Fuck, I missed a trade. Do I want to chase this? Hang on, I'm making a decision. Icarus fired and I was late. I was late to get in. What's going on with the options flow? SPY just fucking ripped. I have money to spend today because I've been crushing it. Just one contract. I'm not trading the 4 that I did before. But anyway, yeah, when I post, I like generally within sub 60 seconds, I am getting the trades in there. But it's all for the point of transparency, because I find too many people in this particular world lie about it. That does not mean like at all. If you think you should just come in there and copy it, I'm just telling you now, you're not going to have success in the Discord. There are people in there who like intentionally never ever take the trades I take, because they're just there for the process of learning about what to see in the options positioning, learning about spreads, learning about using AI to make your own systematic strategies. The value there is twofold. Yes, I would say it's like a little bonus on top that I share exactly what I'm doing when I'm doing it. But more important than that, it's twofold. It's all the education and the stats and the facts of the market, and then the community to bounce those off of like, hey, what are you seeing? What are we all seeing? So it's more of like a sounding board of like-minded people. So that's the value. The value is the education and the other people who are on the same page as you, looking at the market through the same lens you are. Now, does that mean you're executing the same thing? No, we have people in there who sell 0 DTE premium. We have people who go long on options. Some people trade futures. Some trade like crypto. It's more of the framework to approach the market is probably the best way to think about it. And obviously those are my own thoughts and opinions. People in chat right now are in the Discord. Ask them. Don't take my word for it. Am I going to be very happy and tell you guys you should sign up and I think you're really going to like it? Of course I am, because I made it. So you don't have to take my word for it. In the past, when I was learning how to trade, I signed up and I paid for every single course possible. And a lot of them were not worth the money whatsoever. So I'm saying that through the lens of a person who's made this. So don't take my word for it. Go literally track down someone who's in the Discord and ask them the God's honest truth. Be like, is it worth it? Yes or no? And they'll be honest with you. Whatever. Do it offline. Don't involve me. Like, I don't want there to be a pressure of like, oh, Matt's paying attention. No. Like anything in this world, just like it's a business decision. Is the risk reward worth it to you? The risk would be your first month and you get in, you see if you like it or you don't. That's the risk of it. And the reward would be everything that I just listed. But I really just wanted to be clear because I got a lot of DMs over the weekend and I'm getting some concerning messages on Discord of people in there like, oh, I just want to copy your signal. I'm telling you, don't do that. If you are just copying someone's signal time and time again, you're not going to be a profitable trader. It is a guaranteed path for like horrible failure. Like, I promise you that. I absolutely promise you that. So like I said, yeah, GooneyTrading.com. That's where you can sign up. You just connect your Discord after signing up and it'll give you access. If you're trying to do it on an Apple iPhone, there are issues. And this isn't from, I guess it's an Apple iOS Discord issue where you initially start out in an age-restricted situation. So you have to go to the web app. Ooh, do I want to move my stop to break even and make it a freebie play? Yeah, fuck it. Right there. Free play. Maybe it goes, maybe it doesn't. I was a little bit chasey. A better entry would have been at 200 exactly, that key technical, psychological level. I chased it by 18 points, so if I get knocked out, I might have an opportunity to get a better fill. And if it goes from here and doesn't hit me, okay, whatever, cool, I'll be fine. What was I saying? Oh, if you're signing up and you're on an Apple iPhone, you're going to have a pain in the ass. So when you're first signing up, just do it through a normal, not on your phone, basically. Well, if you have Android, you'll be fine. But just do it on the web app. It'll be far easier just because of age restriction shit. Matt, ever follow John Carter? Thoughts? No. I have heard of him, though. A lot of times when people ask me questions like that, I haven't heard him at all. I have heard the name John Carter. I just don't know who it is, but I have heard that name. How much does the Discord cost? $100 a month. And then I guess, I don't know, is it worth it is a fair question. The trades I posted on Friday, this is just for options. This isn't even futures, but right here, this is Friday. Friday at 10:48, Piper fired off. That was for SPY and Qs. I took the trade on SPX. I got in at 11:01, got out at 12:07. So I was in for an hour and 6 minutes and I managed to make $1,875. So that would have paid for almost 2 years of the service. Obviously, if you understood the system and saw what I saw and agreed with it, that was just Friday. On Thursday, I made $1,475. On Wednesday, I made $1,400. On Tuesday, I made $800. And on Monday, I made $600. And that was just last week. So 600 plus 800, that's 1,400, 2,800, 4,200, 4,262, so 6,000. So last week, just from the 0DT premium, which is one specific strategy, $6,000, that would have paid for 6 years of the service right there. I pitch this all the time. I probably actually get annoying about it in the Discord, but if you're in there and you're like, okay, I did well and I made good money on one trade, take it out and then make the Discord service free. If you have one good trade and you're like, okay, I learned from you and this just paid for whatever the next month, the next 3 months, the next 6 months, the next 12 months, take the money out of your account and then think of the Discord as free. That's the best way. Similar to what I just did here of taking all risk off the table, you can apply the exact same thought process to the Discord. If you have one good run, set your stop to break even, as in take the exact financial value, the payment of the Discord, put it into your bank account, and then it's free right there. How many people are in the Discord? There's a couple thousand in there, and I would say a couple hundred are active, at any given moment. Is the price going up for those already in Discord? No. Valid question. Have you found it optimal to manage your risk on a lower time frame than on the trend you are trading? No. I would say whatever time frame you like, and I'm not here to tell you whatever time frame is the best, the worst, anything like that. Whatever time frame you like, you're identifying the trend on that time frame. I find that it's good if other time frames also align. So let's just say for some reason you love the 1 minute chart and you're defining it. Well, I see the EMAs going up. That's awesome. Hang on. Should we just go for 300 and call it a day? I do have other shit to do today. I don't know if I could keep trading all day. If this hits 299.75, we'll call it a day. That's going to be another $600. So that should be 5.5K per account. Back to your trend following. I like to identify the trend on multiple time frames, and then whatever the main one is for you, like let's say you're looking at the 1, the 5, the 10, and they're all bullish, or you have a bullish position. Well, if it starts to break down on the 1, and that's your favorite one, that's the one to get out on. So I know there are people who try to pitch you bullshit of like one time being the best time frame. Folks, I've done countless hours of research on every reasonable time frame. When I say reasonable, I mean popular. There's no special. That's a lie. The only special thing is this. The only special thing. Every time frame sub the daily chart is 50-50. And what I mean by that is if you count up on the 1 minute chart, the amount of green bars and red bars, it's almost 50-50. 3 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, 15 minute, they're all pretty much perfectly 50-50. The only odds that I can give you that like deviate from that a little bit is as soon as you get to the daily chart, when you increase your analysis to the daily chart, instead of 50-50, the odds split to 54-46. So if you look at the daily chart of the S&P 500 on any actual like serious time frame in excess of 1, 2, 3 years, 54% of them are green and 46% of them are red. So you get a 4% edge basically. And that's the only real statistical jump you're going to see. So anything sub the daily time frame is 50-50. As soon as you get to the daily time frame, it does increase 4%. So instead of being 50-50, it goes 54-46. So just to be clear here, because we are talking about I guess the exact odds. What's your take on order flow? Mag 7 does not look good. Lots of call selling. It could be selling to open positions though. They might be putting ceilings in. We won't know till the end of the day. And then the S&P 500 is very strong. And then the NASDAQ is mediocrely strong. So the options flow I like on the S&P 500. I don't like it on the Mag 7. But when I look at the options flow and put that together with momentum, bullish, 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 almost about to break bullish. I mean, maybe you're a mean reverting trader and maybe you're like, hey, Matt, I'm actually going to take a short position. I mean, maybe, hang on. I'm trying to even find a reason of why I would go short. Maybe if we break the 2 standard deviation, maybe if we get up above 300, you go for like a 10, 20 point reversion. That's not the craziest thing. But in terms of like making your life more simple, I don't see the bearish argument. I don't. When I look at momentum, when I look at price momentum, when I look at price structure, and then when I look at options flow, in one way or another, it's either neutral or looking bullish. I don't really see anything bearish going on. So the only argument I could possibly like concede to at this point to be bearish would be a mean reverting move because we've already moved far too much in one direction. And yeah, you could be profitable doing that. You just have to be really good at cutting your risk when you're wrong on those types of plays. And honestly, on a day like today, what's the stability at? We can keep going at this point. 50, you're at 70. So we broke and held 50. I'm looking for the breakout of 60, but this gets into negative gamma. The negative gamma is actually disappearing. We had far more. So 60, here's 50, here's 70. Okay, so I need to update this. This one doesn't really matter anymore. It's 70. So here's the play. If 50 holds, your next bullish target is 70. I'm just looking at literally the big money positioning. And then actually this play is now gone. The market's had interesting shifts. 90 is gone. So if we can get above and hold above 70 with this being a target, if the bulls keep going, you're looking at 7,000 flat right here. 50 is a breakout. We're above that. Next breakout is 70. Next one is 7,000. That's it. I'm giving you the levels. That's big money positioning. To have this much of a gamma influence on the 0 DTE option structure, you're playing with size. And it might be one player. It might be like the cumulative like reaction, probably a grouping of player. But it goes like this. If you hold 50, it's an if-then statement. Then you're looking for 70. If we hold 70, then we're looking for 7,000. That's your bull case. The bear case is rejected at 70, look at 50. Rejected at 50, look at 925. Rejected at 925, look for 910, followed by 9,000. That's your bear case. Every single day when I'm, especially on a 0 DTE basis, I always have the bull case and the bear case, and then I try to play the one that seems to be coming to fruition. I never try to predict, oh, today will be bullish, oh, today will be bearish. Of course, I have like a general bias, and there's something that I generally want to play out, but when it comes to trading, it's honestly as simple. Hey, Piper's back. It's as simple as I have my bull case, I have my bear case. I look at the trend of the day and I'm like, oh, the bull case seems more likely, so let's play the bull case. And then I just play it from level to level to level. Why are levels important? Well, we ran up to 50, got rejected. On this rejection, I locked in my profit. When it started to pick back up here at 10:30, I went long again. I'm riding this. My stop's at break even. It's a freebie trade. I'm representing, even though we're looking at the levels of the S&P 500, I'm representing that exact same thought process, but in NQ, just because I like the leverage of it a little bit more. That's a personal opinion. I'm not saying it's appropriate for everyone. If I'm right and we don't retest 50, I get to ride it up to 70. Who knows? Maybe I'll take profits early at this key level of 300. Maybe it explodes past it and I keep riding it. To be honest, today, just because it's the start of the week and my mentality got a little bit messed up from not being able to trade Apex, if this hits 99.75, I'm just going to take it and call it a day, because that means I've already made 25,000 on futures, plus maybe even pushing 27. And then I obviously have all the other positions on as well. I'm looking at my future, or my 0 DTE options plays. How are they doing? Let me just double check how they are. Yeah. How did you enter at 218? It was based on volume, or was it based on something on candlesticks in the 30? No, it was literally based on, we can all agree the trend was up, and then there was a pullback, and I said, okay, that's an interesting pullback. And then I looked over here at my chart with my trading system, Icarus, and Icarus fired a long signal, and I said, let's take it. I was a little late. Like I said, I did chase it by about 10-ish points, so my fill wasn't the best. But literally, I just looked at the overall structure, and I said, oh, momentum's looking good. And then I looked over at my screen, and right, like I literally just have a chart right here, and it says Icarus long. And it printed that just above 200. I got a fill at 218. I took on a little bit more risk, and I moved on with my life. Like, it wasn't, I think we don't need to overcomplicate it. I have a particular idea of the market, a particular trading strategy. Yours might be the exact same, or it might be incredibly different. What the true thing is across the board, and I'm here to pitch you that it does not matter. Your entry really does not matter that much. It just comes back to your risk tolerance. I think your life will be easier if you trade with trend, but even if you're a mean reverting trader, like, this is what the gurus and furus out there don't want to tell you, is they don't want to admit that your entries don't matter that much. What matters is your management. What matters is I got fortunate. I don't know what the next traders are going to do. They ran it up. I got lucky. Stop to break even. It's a freebie trade. The best traders are the people who are going to get continually rewarded for the best risk management. So the honest dude, entries do not really matter. They just don't. I can't say they're like negligible and you should just forget about entering and like who cares and just fire away, but it's just not as important. Like it does seem as if an aspect of the retail trading community, they think there's some secret holy grail to when you should be getting in, and it's not that. Honestly, the holy grail is more so of when you're getting out, i.e. your risk management. That is, in terms of like the percentage of the pie of what's going to make you better, yeah, maybe 10% of it, maybe 15% of it's the entry. But really the 90, 85% is going to be your risk management. It's going to be your exit. And it's going to come back to get the fuck out when you're wrong. And when you're right, ride it as long as you can. Like, did I do anything special? Like, seriously, like, let's be critical. This is your opportunity to yell at me. I'm not going to get mad. Market pops from 931 all the way to 950. I wait for the first pullback, and I'm dumb. I don't know anything special about trading. All I saw was that the market went up and we had a pullback. So I figure maybe I could go long. First one, wrong. Second one, wrong. Third one, okay. I just kept trying, and then it broke in my favor. That's luck. I don't know that it's going to break my favor. It could easily go the other way. The point was this was my risk extreme. It popped. I thought that trend would continue. I have a 50-50 shot. It pulls back. I reduce my risk. So this is where like maybe being a little bit better at your entries is going to like cause less smoke because I'm not chasing it. I do wait for the pullback. But even on the pullback, I got smoked. I got knocked out on one. I had to re-enter. But as you saw the entire time, my risk was right here. And then I just rode the trend as much as I could. I scaled out. I scaled out. I scaled out. It knocked me out. I got out. I thought, oh, maybe it vomits all the way back down. It didn't vomit all the way back down. It swung around. I got in again, moved my stop to break even. It like, you have to understand that you don't know what you don't know. There's certain things that you can control when you're getting in, when you're getting out, and most importantly, your risk management. But what you can't control and what you don't know is the next bar movement. 50-50 odds right here. Next bar going green, 50-50 shot. Next bar going red, 50-50 shot. It's your risk management that's going to make you good at this game, not some special fucking model of, oh my God, that's a fair value gap. Oh my God, it's a Monday, February the 9th, and this is seasonality. Like all of that shit. Maybe it helps you here or there, but I'm telling you, all roads lead back to risk management. No matter what you say, any profitable trader, I don't give a fuck if they're scalping the yen or swinging Dogecoin or arbitraging the tulip market in the Netherlands in the 1600s. The people who win this game are good at risk management. In fact, that is the major skill that differentiates a successful trader from an unsuccessful trader. It's just that. It is just that. So sign up for the Discord if you want me to remind you of that every single day. You know what? For the first 5 people who sign up, I'll even audio record myself, and you could use that audio recording as your alarm in the morning of me just yelling at you to respect your risk. You know how some people, when they're at the gym or they're running, they play the audio of David Goggins of like, don't be a pussy. I was running on cartilage. My knee. We're about to lock. Are we going to lock it in? Hang on. Enhance.
Target filled.
Boom. 5.6K locked in on 5 accounts. So that's 25,000 plus another 3. So 28,000 locked in right there. I'm done for the day. Orders, cancel all orders. That was fun. I'm jealous of, or I'm angry that I didn't do it on these 5 accounts, because if instead of 28, I could have had 56,000. I would have doubled up on these 5 right here, but Apex stopped me from trading because they're reviewing my accounts for the $1 million payout, which I think is going to be breaking some records, but I need to confirm that. I guess I made an extra 5K over here. So what's that bring the total to? 28 plus another 5. That's pretty sick. 33 plus another one. So 34K. Not a bad Monday. But anyway, back to my pitch to you guys, as I was joking, but I'm serious. If you want it, you know how people, like when they're at the gym, they listen to the audio of like David Goggins or I don't know, someone that like the motivation stuff of like, it's all you and like they counted you out, but you're not a pussy. You're going to keep going. Like I'm going to make that audio for you guys, but it's not going to be from like pushing yourself, whether you're running or swimming or biking or lifting. It's only going to be for risk management. Like, I'm just going to have, like, it's just going to be a diatribe of me screaming for 30 minutes about managing your risk. So we're going to do it. It's going to be motivation, but for risk management, and has nothing to do with your physical capabilities. On the bright side, at least Apex is stopping you from possibly fucking up the $1 million. Yeah, I don't mind it. You know, risk reward. Who knows? Honestly, maybe I would have traded well. Maybe it would have caused me to dial in, or maybe it would have completely screwed up my brain and been like, oh, I'm that close, I can't lose at all. You never know. I can't comment on my psychology. I would like to think that I could follow my risk management, but you don't know. The Kohrs Risk Management Club for Men. Here's a look at Mag 7. I think it's still getting beat. What's going on? Why is this so slow? Something weird is happening there. All right, let me exit out of that. Let me exit out of that. The New York Stock Exchange is being net bought. Bookmap is working. I don't really know. Obviously, if you want Apex accounts, I can't trade on mine right now, but I do like them because they're the only ones that allow you to lever up to 20 accounts. Code Goonie will work there for 80% off, but right now I believe the best financial deal is Take Profit Trader, TPT. Same thing, Code Goonie. It's 40% off and there's no activation fee. Just so you guys know, I like the 50K accounts the best, but that's not common. Most people like the 150K accounts. And because of that, that's why I've been starting to try to learn how to trade on the 150s. But to be honest with you, personally, I've traded so many more 50K accounts that I'm just better at those. But I just want you guys to know that in the general trader community, more people do. Look at that top tick. Dude, maybe I am a fucking wizard. Maybe. Look at that exit. Look at that exit. Am I Harry Potter, the boy who lived? Holy shit! Folks! Avada Kedavra! Nah, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't murder you guys like that. I wouldn't murder you guys like that. I would be a lot more sneaky about it. I'd be a lot more sneaky about it. Demon! Damon! Oh. Imagine if we took life seriously. I knew it. I knew it. Folks. Neo, I believe you. It's crazy, dude. This has been a big Monday for me. A big Monday for me. I found out I'm Harry Potter. The boy who lived. I need to tell my wife, dude. It's going to knock her socks off. My wife gets so tired of my shit. I think she's happy that I get to do 2 hours of therapy with you guys every day. Because if that lady heard everything that goes on in my head, I don't know if I'd be married anymore. I'm actually surprised that my wife doesn't pay you guys to listen to me. Because if she had to handle me 24/7, that'd be brutal. That would be brutal for that lady. That saint of a woman. On Lucid, EOD, I just breached 590 and still over 5. I'm less confused on EOD. Didn't realize 2 consecutive days count through start fresh guess. No, it starts as like, Cody, it's based off the drawdown from your starting value per day. That's what EOD drawdown is. The other one is unrealized trailing. So some have that and other ones do the EOD value. Time to start trading silver full time? Maybe, dude. It's crazy. Eventually the vol will die out, but you can tell that too many people are making too much money on it because now all the prop firms are banning you from trading it. I love how all the prop firms are like, oh, we're doing it because of volatility to protect you. No, man. When I see all of the prop firms doing the exact same thing, banning you from trading it, it tells me that just too many people are making too much money. And it makes sense because if you have 2 accounts, you just go long on one and short on the other. Yeah, one's going to blow out, but the other one's going to get a hefty payday. So people are just taking advantage of the extreme volatility. And also, like, we're starting to realize one of the things that we've talked about a little bit, but it makes sense. Like, the rules are how many contracts can you trade? it's not based on your total leverage. So like trading 10 contracts of silver is way different than trading 10 contracts of the Dow. So you might be limited at 10, but in terms of your leverage, trading 10 contracts of silver is crazy. Like I do crazy things. I am very risk accepting, but trading even 2 contracts of silver, like that is some wild shit. So the fact that these prop firms limit you just based on the number of contracts, it doesn't really make the most sense because it's like a completely different amount of leverage. So I think we're starting to realize that now in the fact that they're blocking them is because it's not based on your total leverage. They just did like an archaic thing. So I think what it's going to, if I had to guess, I think it's going to prompt all of these firms to reevaluate how they compute what you're allowed to trade in terms of size. And I have a feeling that the size is going to end up more on the leverage, like your total leverage, your total exposure, rather than just like the pure number of contracts. Because like I said, trading 10 contracts of Dow is like an incredibly different amount of leverage than trading 10 contracts of silver. 10 contracts of Dow, you're just doing whatever. 10 contracts of silver, dude, that is some like high octane, like Vin Diesel type of craziness. Like it's absolutely insane. It always was, but it's especially true now with the increase in vol. Oh, I forgot to put my profit target in. My bad. That's on me. That's on me. That one's on your boy. That one I probably should have gotten. Rips is more handsome than you. He has a better voice than me. I don't know about more handsome, but dude, that guy's voice, his voice was engineered in some lab specifically to be streaming. But no, he's a cool dude. He's a really good trader. I haven't met him in person or anything. I've only had a couple interactions with him, but he seems like a legit guy. He's one of those people that goes out of his way to be transparent. So my hat's off to him. Seriously. There's so many people in this world who, I mean, he goes through pains, like he shows his brokerage statements, all this stuff. So he's a person I trust. And then obviously has a good voice for it. So like awesome to him. Nothing bad to say whatsoever. Everything I know of him, he seems like a pretty quality dude. Unlike there's many other people in this industry who they're not traders. They're just really good marketers. And some of them aren't even good at marketing. So just because they're top affiliate, it makes like they cosplay like they're good traders, but in reality, they've never proven that they're a profitable trader. And then you have other people who just try to steal their shtick and fight with people, and they're fucking losers. Like, dude, there's so many people in this world who like, they won't show you stuff in real time. They won't. They'll just, it's screenshots and like it's anything that could just be, I guess, doctored in one way or the other. Or if they're blowing out on stream, they refund their account on stream. So the number still looks good. Like there's a lot of lying people in this particular industry. So I'm not saying I'm everyone's cup of tea. Maybe you like me, maybe you don't. I assume a lot of you don't like me. But before you go and you never watch a piece of my content again, I would just say one thing. Whoever you choose to learn from, make sure that they're actually being transparent. Make sure they are showing you real-time entries. Make sure they're showing you real-time exits. Make sure they're showing you whatever, weekly, monthly, quarterly, yearly reports, some sort of verification rather than just trust me, bro. And like, hey, it worked for me on this one day. That's all I'm saying. I know I'm not for everyone. Like I said, before you go and you're officially done with me, how is this order not filled? I guess I'm just awkwardly waiting, but I'm trying to be done because I have a lot of shit to do today. I almost got it, Phil. Just ensure transparency. That's it. Like, be like, hey man, I want to see your entries. I want to see your exits. I don't want to see Monday morning quarterbacking. I don't want to see photoshops of your fake eval accounts. I don't want to be listening to a guy who's buying the subs. Do you know how many people in this world are buying subs to get like their whatever, their medals and that stuff? Like, it's so comical to me of how bad it is. And they're like, well, you don't know. And it's like, actually, no, I do know. I fortunately on YouTube have the record for being the biggest finance streamer of all time. Granted, I've greatly fallen off since then, but back in the heyday, my max ever, I was streaming to 88,000 people at once in the craziness of AMC and GME. So if there was a person on this planet who can have like the actual metrics of concurrent viewership and how many people translate and subscribe, and then what does that mean for engagement of like comments and that type of a thing, I'm the person. I am 100% the person because I have the record for being the biggest financial streamer ever. And all these people, the data, like my team and I, we laugh about it all the time because there are a handful, not a lot, but there are a handful of people who are just buying, they're 100% buying it. Like there is literally no doubt in my mind. And the easy check, like you don't have to like believe me, but check. They're so stupid that they're buying subscribers or they're buying bot viewership, but there's no match in engagement. So look at the speed of chat, look at the comments on their videos, look at their engagement on Twitter. It's not reciprocal. So all of a sudden we're allegedly to believe they're growing like no other, as in probably buying subscribers, or they're just buying their viewership. And like, that's why it always holds perfectly consistent at the exact same viewership, regardless of what they're covering, when they're covering at the time of the day, it's always the same. It's because they're so brain dead that they're buying the same amount of viewership all the time. But the telltale sign is they're allegedly growing in subscribers, but their viewership isn't going up, and then the engagement doesn't match. Allegedly, they're streaming to all these people, and then no one's ever talking. No one's ever liking. There's a huge mismatch. And it's as soon as someone explains it to you, it's pretty evident, and you yourself can easily just go see who is doing it. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Streaming to 88,000 people has got to blow your mind. It did. I mean, obviously that was back in the heyday. Once again, it was the craziness of like AMC specifically. I got first big from GameStop, and then I got even bigger from AMC, and then it got out of hand. I mean, I was in a couple Netflix documentaries. I was on like the Jon Stewart show. I was in another documentary. So it gets crazy, and it gets crazy quick. But on the backside of it, as quickly as it gets crazy, it also, you see the unwind. Like, clearly, I'm nowhere as close to as big as I used to be, but it still, just from the history of it, you kind of learn from those lessons. You kind of see the craziness of like how things could really be. And hey, we just filled it. All right. So before I let you go, like I said, Take Profit Trader, code Goonie, Apex, code Goonie. As for why you might be considering the Goonie Trading Discord, well, real-time posted trade right here, filled. I got in at 10:21 here. Fact check me on this one. When did I post it? Let's see. Where is it? 10:21. Do I need to zoom? Can I zoom in? Nope. Okay. You're going to have to squint your eyes, but it says 10:21. When did I get into the trade? 10:21. When did I get out? Just now. That is $4,800, 712 after, I guess, commissions and all that good stuff. So that would have paid for over half a year of you being in the Discord. So just to show you what it's like in terms of like, obviously people had questions of like, how real time is it? Well, within a minute, I'm posting my trades, and obviously I'm a little delayed in terms of getting out, but we did that. I'm taking a quick screenshot just to put it in there, but done. So on one options account, made 800. On this other options account, on the other options account, 12 for 800. So 800, 1600 trading options today. And then on futures right here, 28,000. So I'm done. That's it. I don't need to overstay my welcome. Like, when you have a good morning session, like, I don't need to keep pushing it. Like, whatever. Money's money. I'm stoked. And it's even better because it's not even lunch. So now instead of, hang on, I'm just trying to update this for anyone in the Discord because some of them don't listen to stream. They've heard my shit too much. Locked. Profits locked. It was plus 800. That is before fees. If you're trading on public, SPX does have fees. SPY does not. So that's more of a brokerage specific thing. But folks, that's it. That's it. Are there any final questions before I let you guys ditch for the day? But I mean, I've already locked it in. I played the levels I cared about playing. We marked them out perfectly. We called it perfectly. Here's a look at SPX before I let you go. Here's a look at, Mag 7 really did start picking up at 1040 there. The Nasdaq started picking up as well. You already know about TPT. You know about Apex. You know about Lucid. Code Goonie is going to work on all of it. I think today was our first day. Are we streaming on Facebook right now? I think you guys helped me. I know you helped me cross 100 so I can stream there. Are we live? Holy shit. You're commenting as Matt Kohrs. I am Matt Kohrs. So not only did we find out that I'm Harry Potter today, but this was our first ever stream on Facebook. Wow. That's something. All right, folks, that's what I have for you. I appreciate all the good vibes. We'll be posting an update video later on today. Thus far, pretty easy trading day. Respect your risk. That's the main thing. If you keep your risk in control, you will survive the game of trading. I don't give two hoots about what your trading strategy is. I just know that if your trading strategy does not have good risk management, it's not a good trading strategy. Other than that, find the strategy that's appropriate for you, focus on risk management, and go from there. Once again, thank you for the good vibes. We'll be posting an update video later on tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern, and then streaming once again tomorrow morning. Thanks for all the love. I hope you crushed today. Peace.